All right, let's talk about hair. Today, we're going to cut through all the noise, all the marketing, and get to the real secret of growing your healthiest, shiniest hair. And here's a little hint: it has way less to do with what you're putting on your hair and everything to do with what you're putting in your body. Does this sound familiar? You've tried the fancy shampoos, the so-called miracle serums, the deep conditioners. You've dropped a ton of money and time, but your hair still feels kind of meh. It is such a frustrating cycle. But what if the answer isn't in another expensive bottle at all? This right here, this is the whole idea we're diving into. This simple phrase is really the key. The strength, the shine, the health of your hair, it's basically a mirror reflecting what's happening on the inside. It's a total inside job. So first up, we've got to look beyond the bottle. Let's talk about the real power of nutrition. Okay, so how does food actually change our hair? I mean, really? Well, it all comes down to fueling your follicles. So here's the crucial thing you have to understand. We tend to think of our hair as just these dead strands, right? But at the root, down in your scalp, each strand of hair grows from a follicle. And that follicle is a tiny, living, super active little organ. And just like the rest of your body, it needs fuel, it needs energy and building blocks from your diet to do its job. And what is that job exactly? It's building this stuff, keratin. This is the tough structural protein that literally is your hair. Your body can't just magic it out of thin air. It has to make it from the amino acids you eat. So no protein in your diet means no building blocks, which means no strong hair. It's really that simple. Okay, so if our follicles are like these little hair-building factories, what kind of fuel do they run on? Let's build out the perfect hair-healthy grocery list. First up, and this one's non-negotiable, you need the master builder, protein. I mean, since hair is literally made of protein, if you're not getting enough, your body's going to slow down hair growth. It might even lead to more shedding. So making sure you're getting enough protein is absolutely foundational. And the best part is, you've got so many great options to choose from. Whether you're all about lean meats and eggs, or you're focusing on amazing plant-based sources like lentils and tofu, the goal is pretty simple. Try to get a good source of protein in with every meal. Next on the list, we have the Energizer, iron. I want you to think of iron as the oxygen delivery service for your scalp. It's what helps your red blood cells shuttle oxygen to your hair follicles. If you don't have enough iron, those follicles aren't getting the energy they need to thrive. And actually, low iron is one of the most common reasons for hair shedding. And here's a little pro tip, especially for all you plant-based eaters out there. Your body has a much easier time absorbing iron from plants when you pair it with some vitamin C. So think about it. Having lentils with bell peppers or a spinach salad with some orange slices, it's not just a tasty combo, it's actually scientifically smarter for your hair. Then you've got the protectors, omega-3s and antioxidants. These guys are all about creating the perfect environment for your hair to grow. They help keep your scalp healthy, they fight inflammation that can mess with your follicles, and they're what give your hair that amazing natural shine. So, where do you find these powerhouses? Think oily fish like salmon and mackerel. For plant-based options, you've got walnuts, flax seeds, and chia seeds. And for antioxidants, just think color. Deep-colored berries, dark leafy greens like spinach, they are absolutely loaded with them. Now, this might just be my favorite tip because it's so incredibly easy. What does this number mean? It's the number of Brazil nuts you need to eat per day to get all the selenium you need, which is another one of those super important minerals for hair health. That's it, just 1 or 2 a day. It's such a simple and powerful habit to get into. Okay, so we've got our grocery list of superstar nutrients. Now let's pull it all together and see how you can actually eat your way to shinier, healthier hair. Check out what a fantastic, hair-healthy day could look like. You start with breakfast. You're getting protein from the eggs, iron from the spinach, and then those orange slices give you the vitamin C to help absorb that iron. See how that works? Lunch gives you omega-3s from salmon. Your snack tops you up with more protein and healthy fats. And for dinner, you've got plant-based protein and iron. It's delicious, and you've covered all your bases. And to make things even simpler, you can just use this as a kind of mental checklist for the week. Look, it's not about being perfect every single day, right? It's just about building that consistent pattern of nourishment. Just aim for variety, lots of color, and a good mix of these hair-loving foods. All right, now it's time for a really important reality check. This is not like using a deep conditioner. This isn't an overnight fix. Building healthy hair from the inside out takes time. So let's talk about what a realistic timeline actually looks like. You have to be patient because hair only grows about half an inch a month. So in that first month, all this great nutrition is working hard at the root. You just can't see it yet. But by month 3, that new healthy hair starts to peek through. You'll start to see it's shinier and feel that it's stronger. If you stick with it, by month 6, you could see a really noticeable difference in thickness and how much you're shedding. So look, if you take just one thing away from our explainer today, let it be this. The secret to amazing hair isn't really a secret at all. It's just biology. Real, lasting, true growth is always fueled from the root. Here's probably the best way to think about it. All those hair products you use, they're for maintenance. They're great for protecting and managing the hair that's already grown out. But it's what you eat, your internal nutrition, that builds the strong, healthy hair of your future. Basically, nutrition is the architect, and your products are the cleanup crew. So, I'll leave you with a question to get you started on this journey. After hearing all of this, what's the first simple, delicious thing you're going to add to your grocery list to start building better hair from the inside out? Thanks for watching.